Hello, welcome to Elizabeth Reads. I have here Tamsin Winter's book, Jemima Small versus the Universe. Right now we're going to read chapter 17, Light Years. The next morning, it was exactly 73 days until NASA would be sending its latest spacecraft through the Martian atmosphere. 45 days until the Hypothermia is Fun camping trip. 30 days before I turned 13, and 0 days until my first Fat Club. As I got dressed, I pictured crowds of people gathering outside the sports hall at lunchtime, hurling rotten vegetables at us like they did to criminals in medieval times. Mrs. Savage had said Gina's class wasn't a punishment, but getting ready for school that day, it definitely felt like one. "You feeling okay this morning, Jem?" Dad asked. "Yep," I said, putting my head as far inside my rucksack as it would go. "It'll be fine," Dad said, leaning against the banister and slurping his coffee. "Don't worry." "Thanks, Dad." I closed my bag and noticed a list of equipment I'd need for the school camping trip in Dad's handwriting on the cabinet. I looked closer. I'd be sleeping in a muddy field in the freezing cold in close proximity to Lottie Freeman needing an emergency survival whistle. My life could not get any worse right now. I kept my back to Dad as I pulled on my blazer. "Jemima's wearing eyeliner," Jasper announced as he walked downstairs. "Thanks, Jasper," I said, and accidentally knocked my rucksack into him as I put it on my shoulder. "Jemima," Dad said, "you know the school rules about makeup. You better go and wash it off quickly." I had no intention of washing it off. Everyone would be talking about Fat Club today. Everyone would be looking at me. I had to look a tiny bit better than normal, or 1% less grotesque. "Dad, everyone at school wears makeup." "I don't," Jasper said, and Dad raised his eyebrows at me like he'd proved me wrong. "Jemima, you're only 12. You don't need to wear makeup, and certainly not to school." "Only 12? I'm almost 13, which is old enough to make decisions about my own face. Anyway, eyeliner is cheaper than facial surgery." Dad sighed. "Jemima, you don't need facial surgery, and you're absolutely not wearing makeup to school. That's the end of it. You look perfectly fine, just as you are." Parents are supposed to think their children are beautiful. My dad thought I looked all right. I examined my face in my phone camera and sighed until I didn't have any air left in my lungs. Jasper boasted about his latest magic trick as he did his shoes up. "It's so cool, Dad. I can turn water into ice in front of your very eyes." Jasper did his weird magic hand movement thing, and Dad said, "Wow." He made it so obvious Jasper was his favorite. "Turning water into ice isn't magic, Jasper. It's physics." "Right," Jasper snorted. "And can physics transform water into ice in a matter of seconds?" "Yes, if you use frozen carbon dioxide." Jasper rolled his eyes. "Well, can physics do this?" Suddenly, my phone vanished out of my hand and reappeared in one of Dad's trainers. "It's a magician thing. Or maybe it's just a Jasper thing." "Gross, Jasper," I said, grabbing a tissue from the front pocket of my rucksack and wiping my phone. Tissues were an essential item around my brother, and antibacterial hand gel. "If you've quite finished, you can wash that makeup off, please," Dad said. "Makeup is a form of self-expression, Dad. If you don't let me fully express myself, you could do permanent damage to my identity." Dad took a deep breath. "I haven't got time for this, Jemima. I'm starting a big job at that new hotel this morning. Just go and wash it off, now." I thought about everyone at school laughing at me, and my heart started pounding like it was about to crack my ribcage open. "Fine. Forget about me ever fitting in with normal society, Dad," I said. "I'll be a freak show like they had in the 1800s. Take a look. The Freak of Clifton-on-Sea. The girl not allowed to wear a tiny bit of eyeliner even though she's practically an adult." Jasper laughed and said, "Drama queen. Like performing your own magic shows isn't dramatic?" Then Dad laughed as well. "Don't knock those freak shows, Jemima," he said. "Some of our ancestors made a lot of money at those shows. The Small family were known far and wide for Auntie Lillian's talking beard." Jasper snorted again. "This family is so weird," I said. "I'm serious," Dad said. "It could tell your fortune. In fact, I bet there's a photo in that old tin I found in the garage. Now, where did I put it?" Dad opened the cabinet drawer. "Thanks. So, because of your genetics, Dad, I'll probably grow a beard." Dad looked at Jasper and they exchanged this smile, like they had a special conspiracy about how ugly I was or something. That's why I said it, because I felt like the odd one out, and because tears were starting to sting my eyes. I wish Mum was here. She'd let me wear eyeliner. She wouldn't make me live in this oppressive regime. Dad screwed up his lips. I braced myself for small family Armageddon. Dad's stress level goes nuclear. But he actually said, "Actually, your mom never really wore makeup." I should have stopped talking then, but my heart was beating really fast and my cheeks were hot, and I felt like any minute my tears might escape. My mouth just kept going, like that fortune-telling robot on the pier called Xenor, whose mouth keeps moving after your money's run out. Maybe Mom didn't wear makeup when she was married to you, but she probably does now. You wouldn't know because you don't even know where she is. No wonder she decided to escape this family. I regretted it as soon as I said it. I wished I could pick the words up and put them back in my mouth, but it was too late. "Right, that's enough, Jemima," Dad shouted, slamming the cabinet door closed so the glasses in the cupboard clinked together. "You've gone too far now. Go upstairs, come back down when you've learned some manners and respect." Jasper muttered, "She'll be up there a long time." Dad glared at him and he added, "Sorry." "Fine," I said, sniffing my tears back. "I get to miss school then." I swished round extra dramatically. Only one of the straps from my rucksack got caught on the bottom of the banister, and it took about 10 seconds to get it free. "Goodness sakes, Jemima," Dad said, and I ran upstairs. When I reached the top, he shouted, "You've got 3 minutes!" I shouted down, "No one can learn manners and respect in 3 minutes." I quickly went into the bathroom, locked the door as hot tears spilled onto my cheeks. I splashed my face with cold water and rubbed my eyes, leaving gold-brown glittery streaks on a cream-colored towel that Dad would probably tell me off for later. I wanted to go downstairs and say sorry, but that feeling I'd had when I sat the Brainiacs test yesterday, when I had that fireball in my stomach, had been extinguished. I couldn't feel even the tiniest ember. Out of the window, the clouds looked distorted through the patterned glass. I knew the stars were beyond them, but no matter how many times I wished for my first Fat Club to be okay, I also knew that they were just burning spheres of gas, completely indifferent to my wishes. Sometimes knowing stuff about space could be intensely annoying.